everybody's ready, we will go ahead and get started with the City of St. Cloud Community Redevelopment Agency meeting on this Monday, August 26, 2024. Madam Clerk, will you please, I'm sorry, I'll call this meeting to order. If you will all stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Chair Blackwell, Vice Chair Matheny, Member Irvin,
Here.
Member Gilbert,
Here.
Member Fletcher,
Here.
Member Weiner,
Here.
Member Lodi.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is a professional services agreement with RTP.
Good afternoon, Antoinette Forbes, Economic Development Director. As background, Red Top Productions, who currently host our weekly farmers market, and the CRA has decided they'd like to contract RTP for the creation and operation of a pop-up shop downtown. The pop-up shop will serve as a temporary retail space that's typically used to introduce new product lines, test a new market, or generate awareness for a product or cause with the intent of increasing daily foot traffic in our downtown and to showcase the vendors in our farmers market. It will act as a launching pad for new entrepreneurs, and we are proposing a one-year term for $17,000. At the August 15th CRA board meeting, this item was brought up before the board, and they had requested that a business plan be provided. In your original agenda was the proposal that was done by RTP. Since that time, staff has discussed with RTP some changes. So in front of you, you should have a red line version or a blue line version, and a clean version. So that what we are proposing and RTP has accepted is that it is more structured in the way that we envision this project, which should be a pop-up shop solely for our downtown. RTP is also here if you have any questions.
Thank you. I guess, should we open it up for public comment?
I don't know if RTP has anything.
Does RTP have any anything they'd like to add? No? Okay. Would anybody in the public like to comment on this item? If not, is there any discussion on the board? Member Gilbert.
Yeah, I have a few questions on this. But I asked for a business. Well, I think we all asked for a business plan, and I read this, and I was asking for a business plan, but this was the business plan. So I had a couple questions on the business plan. I don't know who can answer them for me. One, I believe we have a duplication of efforts here. We have Main Street Downtown Business Group, Chamber of Commerce, now Red Top Productions. I think we overlap some of our duties here, and I want to know, does Main Street Downtown Business Group and Chamber of Commerce meet together on any of this stuff?
So I can only speak on behalf of the CRA.
Okay.
So I can tell you that the CRA and city does meet with the Chamber and Main Street as of very recently, where we started coordinating community calendars because there's so many events going on.
Okay.
It's not just those organizations. I believe it's also Toho Riverboat. I think it's the Women's Center. There's several organizations that's part of that discussion.
Okay. Secondly, on the business plan, it says target audience. Let me look real quick. It says local families and individuals seeking to learn more about their town's history and support local businesses. Do we have this services in place already with any of those other organizations?
So I would respond to that the intent of this agreement is primarily to recruit new businesses into St. Cloud in order to capture that target audience.
Okay. So the marketing plan is to capture more businesses to learn about history and support local business? I just,
That-
it makes sense. Yes?
I was going to say that that's a Scrivener's error that should be removed in reference to the town's history.
Oh, okay.
And you'll note that there are other items, which is why we gave you the red line version, that anywhere where it reflects.
Oh, I thought I did the blue, the red
I'm sorry, a
line.
blue line version.
Blue line, okay. I'm sorry, I took notes on the other version that I'd received prior to this meeting. I apologize.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Councilman Gilbert, we had a last-minute change trying to address some of the concerns of our local organizations. That's why you received a last-minute blue line version.
Thank you very much. So if I get redundant in the questions, I was not briefed on this, so I apologize. I'll look at the blue line version before I ask too many more questions. It says tourist visitors areas looking for unique shopping experience and information on local attractions. Does this already exist with any of those aforementioned businesses? We talked about the Chamber, Downtown Business Group, and Main Street.
So in reference to the blue line version, it now reads visitors to the area looking for unique shopping experiences and local events, period.
Got you.
And to further answer your question, yes, each organization does some form of activities and events.
Okay.
And so part of RTP, the expectation is that they would be part of that community group or
Okay.
coalition, I don't think there's an official name yet for it,
Okay.
that meets us with the Chamber and Main Street and the organizations in order to coordinate any other future events.
Okay, and thank you. Now that I have a chance to brief the blue line while you're speaking, I'll have a lot less questions, so, because a lot of the information now is deleted. We talked about financial plans. It says sponsorship revenue estimated at $40,000 to offset operational costs. Do we have any kind of spreadsheet that, how they're going to get to that 40,000? Or is this a guess, or is this educated, or?
That's okay. I can provide you with one, but we don't have it right now.
Can you please state your name for the record? I'm sorry.
Dana Brown with Red Top Productions.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's not existing as of yet, but you can provide it. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to look at the blue line and reference my notes, so please forgive me if I'm slow, but this is an important decision I think this council has to make. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth because this, these blue lights. They had service, you have service providing, did that get blue lined at all? Because I had some questions on that.
Yes, if you like, I can go over that.
I'll look at it real quick so I don't take up too much time. Okay, so okay. All right, that was a question I had, who provides maps, but that's been blue lined. And event promotion, your event promotion through brick and mortar, is there any other different event promotion you're doing? When it says event promotion on that?
So, yes, so besides the weekly market, we have had conversations with RTP about increasing the amount of events they do for the city as a whole, including downtown.
Okay. Yeah, because it said that we're going to promote downtown, and I'm just trying to reference these other groups that promote downtown too in their own manners. Just which it all come together, and we'd have one big group taking care of that and working within each individual group. I only have a couple more questions. I apologize and thank you for your time. I had all these notes. If I had read the blue line, it would have been better.
Our apologies again for not getting it to you soon.
No problem. I've got it now, and I'll look through it. Councilman, I'm going to defer until, maybe ask more questions after I read through it, if I may, and I'll yield back to you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I saw that, Mr. Manzares, your light was on. Did you have anything to add?
Well, yeah, and I think Ms. Forbes mentioned, just to make sure clear, the phrase under target audience for residents, is that going to be part of the business plan? Because the blue line version has it staying in, but your response to Mr. Gilbert was that I thought that was a mistake and that should be taken out, unless I misheard you.
So it can be removed. However, target audience was referencing who the pop-up market should be trying to attract, but it can be removed if it was somehow unclear.
I think she referenced deleting to learn more about their town's history.
Okay, so a portion
So-
of it, okay.
So
I'm
it
just
would
trying
be
to clarify.
residents, local families, and individuals. I would assume that's where it would stop. That's the target audience, right?
Correct, thank you.
Okay. So then-
Member Wagner, is that your light?
Yep. All right, so, a couple things. I agree with Ken, I wish we could all work together here on this, because this could actually be really, I think, could be outstanding for all of us in one aspect or another. So, but part of the business plan I would have liked to seen, to be honest with you, is some of your vendors that were going to be coming in on this would say, oh, I anticipate in generating X, Y, Z per year to keep the doors open. I mean, we're talking about, paying for something for a year, and not, it could end in 3 months. We've just wasted 3 months of, time, ultimately, and money. So that's part of a business plan I was asking for when I originally brought it up. So if there's a way for us to get some information on that, I'd like to see that. Like, I know you said there's potential of having 50 vendors in there that they're going to pay, and that'll give us a better estimate of, what kind of foot traffic we may even see from this. That's important as well, part of a business plan.
Member Fletcher.
I just have two things real quick. And I appreciate everything that Antoinette does for the city. Thank you. Fortunately, I believe that the person who's requesting the money should be defending the business plan that they're presenting for the $17,000 grant. And then I wanted to get clarification on, it says in 1, 2, 3, the fourth paragraph, secure $17,000 annually. So is that an annual request of $17,000 or a one-time?
So, would you like her to? Sure.
This is a one-year agreement.
Okay. That's all I have.
And the person that does the landlord, he only does 1-year leases.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Member Loading.
I want to echo Member Gilbert on his statement. I think there's a lot of overlap here. I think that if we bring our efforts together, it just seems like we're starting another entity here when we already have the entities here operating. And my other concern is, we have other businesses in town, and I may have said this last meeting, like Southern Roots that I know of for sure, and the Black Squirrel, that also, they're doing the same as this. They're inviting vendors in to showcase their items and possibly down the road open their own shop. So what's going to stop them from showing up at our next meeting and saying, hey, our rent is this, we would like to apply for a grant too, and then what are we supposed to say to them? That's my biggest concern. How do you answer that question? And so that's two other entities that I know of for sure.
Yes. So in previous meeting, I think I had referenced that Southern Roots was one that had a similar model. But to your question of how we respond to it, I will say that in the past, the city has partnered, for example, we partnered with the Downtown Business Group in order to provide them a one-time sponsorship. And under that agreement, or that proposal they provided us, they had a certain amount of events that they were responsible for producing, which they did and were very successful. And so we helped them offset the costs that were associated with it. So this is within that same line of doing so.
But that was the Downtown Business Group,
Yes, sir.
which is that's a nonprofit, correct?
Yes, sir.
And RTP is a for-profit?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
I will tell you that for the weekly market, there is no such agreement between the city or CRA and RTP. We do not pay anything for them to do the weekly market. They are absorbing the cost that is associated with it. They are responsible for their own trash pickup, their own events set up and take down, and associated costs.
Okay.
If I may, Member Loading, this is a different type of grant. We haven't done a grant like this before. So the board can easily give us parameters if we were to have future requests in the future. As staff, we would recommend it's only someone new opening up a business, not that we're paying existing businesses. But if this is a type of grant that the board is willing to do in the future to bring new businesses, then, we can come up with criteria just like we have criteria for our PPP grants.
Any other member comments? Member Gilbert.
Yeah, I have one more. Trying to say this in the right way. A business plan to me uses a succession plan of how we're going to succeed. And I always say this on the dais, is figures don't lie and liars don't figure, but I say no figures, so I don't know how to judge, what the potential is. I see a figure of $40,000 maybe in sponsorship, but we don't know how yet or who yet. I've seen OUC and healthcare and a few of those companies. They're pretty much drained. I think we use them in a lot of city functions for sponsorship, the New Year's Eve party and numerous events. And I don't know in October if their money is allotted or has any additional money allotted for those groups at those things. So I don't know how we get to that $40,000 sponsorship. Personally, I don't. I know time is of the essence, and I know it's time sensitive, but in my life, when somebody rushes me, I usually take 2 steps back instead of one step forward, and I yield back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I sort of would echo some of the comments Member Gilbert and the other members have said. I do think this is a good idea, and I think it's a great concept moving forward. Might be a little bit rushed at this time. The one thing I will say is, regardless of the decision that's made today, I would hope in the future that all of the entities downtown and the organizations, I think we all have the same goal. We want a thriving downtown with, even if the businesses are competitors, we all want to work together. And I would love to see more cohesion, more working together, more openness to new ideas and helping each other out in the future. And of course, the city could always do a better job communicating, but so could some of these other organizations as well. We need to work together because we have all of a shared goal here. So that would be my only comments, and just want to open it up to Member Wagner.
So I'd like to, me personally, I know it's time of the essence, but I think we are being rushed on this. We didn't get true figures on what Mr. Gilbert said on a business plan. I do agree with Colby that we should all be working together. There is a lot of things that we do miss, me as a local business owner as well, being able to get some stuff together. Main Street is a membership program. Downtown Business Group is a membership program, and so is the Chamber. You have to be a member of them. Not that they don't do everything for the community. They do a lot for the community. This is something that's more of a retail side of it, to encourage foot traffic. So I think I need to do a little bit more research on it. That's my opinion, before I can move forward.
Thank you. We have any other discussion or motion?
Motion could be, you want staff, the board's directions to come back, bring this back at a future meeting, we certainly can do that too, if that's what it sounds like.
Can we give direction, we would bring this back upon all of those groups meeting and seeing what's best for the citizens and best for our visitors and best for our tour buses and best for our, if they can get together, because I love the plan. You go to a lot of cities, will have this idea and this plan, and all the entities work together and say, I'm going to dinner. They give me dinner at 3 different locations, plus 2 shops to shop by, plus a visit to the historic museum and things such as that. But I just don't see this being that yet. I just see it being an idea, a good idea, but I just don't see it being a business. I yield back.
Member Wagner, did you have anything else, or okay? Oh. Member Fletcher.
Motion for denial.
I have a motion for denial from Member Fletcher. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion for denial from Member Fletcher, second from Member Gilbert. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll? Did we just vote on it?
You can do a voice vote, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. All in favor of the motion for denial, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All against? Anybody against? Nay? Okay.
So it passes unanimously.
Motion passes unanimously.
And keep trying, don't stop, don't quit.
Yeah, don't stop.
I would like to just say that I did meet with Paula about coming together on this
Good.
project in her office.
Well,
And I
well, thank
also-
you, we can discuss that next time.
Oh.
Our next item is open for public comment. Is there anybody in the public who would like to comment on CRA matters? Please state your name for the record.
Paula Stark, Executive Director of Main Street. I just wanted to clarify, I know Antoinette told you about the committee that is meeting, and she couldn't remember the name of it, but there is a name of the committee that is meeting. It's called Community Unity. We are meeting on a regular basis. There is a Community Unity calendar now where we're all accessing the same calendar. We're all putting our events and everything there. We're promoting them together collectively. We have one logo. And a lot of that is because of conversations we had with City Manager Veronica Miller after I came back from Tallahassee when some things were getting a little confused. And so we agreed, and she asked me to take point on that, so we did. So collectively, we have met. The Chamber's taken lead on the calendar, and all of that is moving forward. But in addition to that, there are a lot of things happening behind the scenes that doesn't seem to be getting translated, that some of us are already coming together. We're doing some of the things that you're discussing. We just haven't put it out there yet because things haven't been formalized. So you will see more things coming forward where we are cross-promoting, cross-coordinating, and moving things forward. And certainly, Ms. Brown is going to be part of that. You know, the farmers market and all that, we want her to be engaged with that. We are all very supportive of the farmers market. We want it to work. And so we invite her to those meetings, and then she can, you know, join in and have her input as it goes forward with all the things that we're doing. So I just wanted to update you and let you know that.
Thank you.
May I have one question, Representative Stark?
Yes.
Thank you very much for all you do, by the way.
You can call
And,
me Paula. I know.
Sorry. Caught me off guard. On this Community Unity Program, is there representatives from each of the aforementioned groups a part of that?
Yes, pretty much everyone has been invited. Now, whether they come or not is a whole other thing.
Sure.
But almost all of the organizations in the downtown corridor have been attending, and we are disseminating the information to them whether they attend or not.
Okay, and you'd mentioned something about some things done in the background and forefront. We as a city would like to be a part of that too, and then if you.
And you do
switch
have
it-
representatives from the
and-
city there.
Yeah, and
We-
share information, so that'd be
Yep.
great. So thank you very much. That was
You're
my
welcome.
question.
Yeah, I do think that's a fantastic idea, all the entities getting together just to coordinate, and yeah, I think working together, we're definitely stronger together than we are, you know, separate. So we really appreciate that. Do we have any other public comment? Please state your name for the record.
Dirk Webb, President and CEO, St. Cloud Chamber of Commerce. In regards to Representative Stark's comments, before long, you'll see a poster that'll be produced that can be displayed at any of the businesses that has a QR code on it and takes it directly to the calendar. So all the groups are coming together to contribute to that calendar at that time. And that's a huge step for this community. People have been wanting something like that for a long time. I did want to take just a second and remind you of a couple of things. If you don't know, the Chamber is the Welcome Center, and it is funded by Experience Kissimmee. That's been going on since before I was born, I think. I don't know. Yesterday. And also, we did a renovation of the chamber. If you've not been in there, invite you to come in. It looks entirely different. But the important thing is now we have a co-working program, and we were able to bring Positively Osceola in to have a St. Cloud base. So that's been a huge part of it, too. We're continuing to work on things that we can offer the community and the surrounding area. So the chamber is, as you know, vital and doing well, and thank you for a few moments to talk to you.
Thank you, and
Thank you, sir.
thank you all for everything that you do. It's definitely, it's great to see all the hard work behind the scenes to get everybody coordinated, so thank you. Any other public comment? If not, do we have any city manager, or city attorney? Any member comments? Okay, the next CRA meeting is October 17th, 2024. And with that, we will be adjourned.